Peace, what's good? About to do a rant I told you about yesterday in my PSA video. Little disclaimer. Um, I'm just doing this shit for entertainment purposes. It's not to be taken seriously. Do not get offended if I'm talking about you. If you're not one of those people, don't feel offended. And if you do feel offended, I apologize. It's not to be taken seriously, but it's just shit that irks the shit out of me. That pisses me off. I hope people could learn from this rant. You know what I mean? Shit I'm pretty sure people could relate to that always felt that way but never really said it vocally. So I guess I'm the one that got to do the job. I guess take one for the team, that kind of thing. Alright, shit that irks me, that pisses me off. So when you go to drive-thrus, let's say to a McDonald's or fast food. By the way, I'm trying to cut down the fast food. I don't really eat that shit, but every once in a while I'll do it. I'll eat, McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever. But anyways, you go to a drive-thru. My perception of the drive-thru is, get something in small quantities, not buy like $8,000 worth of shit, and you have people waiting for you making a line. For example, it's always, you always got that one jerk off, one bitch that fucking, you know, go to the drive-thru and order like $8,000 worth of shit, and then you waiting for it, and then you end up fucking pissed and you leave. Like, what the fuck is that? If you don't order shit with that quantity, go the fuck inside. Get your lazy fat ass in the fucking restaurant. Don't be considerate for other people. Piece of shit. The fuck. It's like, I'm hungry. You got other people hungry too. You know what I mean? And then I had people say, oh well, like you coming from the club, blah 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 blah. Nah, motherfucker, go the fuck inside. Because now all the McDonald's, I think all over the country now, you could go inside now. They have the 24-hour lobby and shit like that. Go the fuck inside. Don't be fucking lazy. You know what I'm saying? Be considerate for other people. That shit pisses me off. Another thing that pisses me off, that fucking irks me, is fucking when you what when I go to Jamaican restaurants, it's like, why is their food so fucking expensive? That shit irks me. And then, yeah, it's expensive as shit. I mean, some of the food is good. It's hit and miss for certain Jamaican restaurants. Because when I go to certain ones, some of the food is good and some aren't. And their food is expensive as shit. And what they do is, like, they'll give you a good amount of food, but not a lot of meat. What the fuck? I'm paying you $12 for a large curry goat. I'm just, exaggerating. I'm just paraphrasing. But close. I paid close to $12 for a large curry goat. But luckily the food was good. But you're fucking stingy off the meat. Like what the fuck? Like like if I'm paying you $11 for a large meal, you better give me a good amount of meat. I'm sorry, I like my meat. Pause for all you homophobic motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that shit kills me, man. It's like, why is it so fucking expensive? Another thing too, I like beef patties. You go to a Jamaican restaurant, they never have beef patties. Like, what the fuck? It's like, you have any beef patties? Like, no, I mean, I'm Jamaican beef patty. Like, what the fuck? I know you guys have I know you have fucking bags of them shits. I don't know if you guys make them fresh, which I highly doubt, because you could tell it's frozen shit. You know what I mean? But on some of them, anyways. I mean, there's a few spots that I've been to that that really taste like beef patties. But there's certain places that I've been to that you could tell that has that that taste and shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? Like, lower your fucking prices and you have more people. You know what I mean? And stop being stingy with the meat. Nothing too. Malls today, there's no good malls anymore. Like, you go to the malls today, all they have is clothes. Like, how many clothes do you need to buy? Have a variety. Like, if you notice the malls today, there's no arcades. No fucking arcades. There's game heads still. I mean, I don't play games anymore, but like, there's people that still want to go play games. You know what I mean? And it's just clothes, perfume places, fucking just mad shit. There's no variety. Like, yeah, they have FYEs, but even the FYEs suck because they never have nothing. And you want to go to the FYE, you want to order something, shit that you want to get, but they don't have it. And if they do have it, it's either out of stock, out of print, or you have to wait 2 fucking weeks for this shit to come in for one CD or a movie. Why the fuck I gotta wait 2 weeks? If that's the case, I'll go on Amazon and get that shit. I'll get that shit in a week or a couple days. Or I'll go to the store I always go to sometimes, music, movies, and more down in West Palm Beach. That shit pisses me off, man. Like, what the fuck? The only good thing about the malls today is the girls that go over there. That's the only good thing. But even that shit is whack too because you try talking to them, they think that God's gift to the world or some shit like, you don't look, you're not up to their standards, so to speak. You know what I mean? Um, Another thing too that pisses me off is fucking mall rats. And what I mean by mall rats is those motherfuckers, dudes especially it's always guys mostly that do this shit. Girls too, but it's mostly guys that do that shit. It's mostly kids that's in high school. I've known people like this too, where they'll just go to the mall just to go to the mall just to hang out. Like, I'm a firm believer. You go to the mall to buy shit. You don't go there to hang out. Like, if you do that shit, that's you. That's cool. Whatever. I'm a firm believer. I'm the type of person. If I go to the mall, it's because I have a purpose of going there. I go there to buy my shit and get the fuck out. Cause half the time you go to the mall, it's people that you don't want to see, especially people from high school. There's people from high school that I really don't care for. That I never really cared about you. Don't give a fuck about you. I'm just sorry to sound, cynical, but hey, it is what it is. That I didn't really chill with you like that, and then I don't know, man. People just go to the mall. They think they're hot shit. God's gift to the world. You're just a piece of jerk off shit. You're just a piece of shit to me. You're a piece of shit. That's it. Another thing that pisses me off is fucking clubs. That pisses me off. These fucking people with their fucking dress codes. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. They say they have. I understand the time and place for everything. Say, okay, you can't wear baggy clothes. Okay, I understand that, but what if you're somebody that's losing weight and you don't have any pants? You wearing the shit? Because it happened to me before. Because I wear a size 36. I used to wear a size 40. I mean, I wasn't big like that, but I would wear it because this is the time when I used to wear baggy clothes and shit like that. And I didn't have pants that fit me, like fitted. I didn't wear fitted jeans like that. I wear fitted jeans now, and I wear a little baggy stuff, but not too baggy where it's hanging off my ass and shit. But they would be like, "Oh, you can't wear baggy clothes or whatever." Okay, that's understandable. But then, like, okay, they say you can't wear hats. That's understandable. But then you always have that one jerk off who think he's king shit of the world, like he's some fucking celebrity. Like, my dude, you're not a celebrity, okay? The rules applies for everybody. You're a customer, just like everybody else. Just cause you know the fucking club owners or whatever, show some fucking respect. The establishments say, do not wear fucking hats. Do not wear bloody hats. So is that one guy that has to wear a hat, like think he's the coolest shit in the fucking world. That shit kills me. And then be like, oh, you can't wear sneakers, you can't wear t-shirts. I'll give you an example. There's a club which is like about 15 minutes away from me. It's a Spanish club called Roombas. Fuck that place. I don't recommend you going to that place. That piece of shit place. Although the girls that go over there are fine as shit, but the club is real ghetto. It tries to be elegant, but it's really not. There was an incident where this happened like about 4 years ago. One of my homegirls, I'm not gonna put her name out, but it was her birthday, and at the time I didn't have a cell phone, and so whatever. What I wore, I had fitted jeans, I had my Clark Wallabies, which you guys know. You guys know all my cats will wear the Ballies and the Wallabies. You guys know, you already know the deal. And I wore a shirt. I wore a Nike shirt, whatever. This is a shirt I wore. Okay, this is what I wore. Okay, whatever. It was fitted though. You know, it wasn't loose. It wasn't baggy. Whatever. Okay, I go in there. I know the guy, the bouncer saw me. He saw me there. But then instead, when I got to him to show my ID, I show him my ID. Okay, and you know, they was like, you can't wear a t-shirt. I'm like, what the fuck? You saw me here. And he did this in front of people too, trying to embarrass me and shit, which pissed me off. Is like, you can't wear that t-shirt, bro. But then yeah, I see some jerk off with a fucking Ed Hardy shirt and a V-neck. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, if I own the club, yo, you're gonna be wearing not even jeans. You gonna wear slacks, fucking dress shoes, and a collared shirt. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? If you're gonna wear jeans, you know, wear fitted jeans, whatever. But you know, that shit is ridiculous. It's like, you know, you see kids now wearing, you know, fucking house. It was just pretty much t-shirts. I see kids now wearing Abercrombie and fucking Hollister and American Eagle t-shirts to clubs. Like, what the fuck? But then 4 years ago, I couldn't wear that Nike t-shirt because it's a sports shirt. It's a t-shirt. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. These clubs, and the people that go to clubs are assholes too. Like, these motherfuckers, egotistical bitches and niggas that go there thinking they're hot shit, that they think they could just get anything they want, you know, just because. Fuck clubs. That's all I gotta say. And then you go to clubs, their fucking drinks are mad expensive shit. That's why I pregame. You know, I pregame. I suggest you guys do that shit too. But obviously, don't do that when you're at home. You know, do it like at a bar or whatever. Cause you know, you go to bars, the drinks tend to be cheaper or whatever. Do it in your car or whatever. I don't care, whatever. Not condoning that, but you know, do what you gotta do. But drinks are fucking expensive as shit. You know, when I go to clubs, I just buy beer because that's like the cheapest thing. Because you know, I remember one time there's a club I went to called Off the Hookah. You guys are in the South region, South Florida region. Should know about Off the Hookah. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar that live in South Florida. It's a bar slash lounge. It has like the Middle Eastern theme to it, whatnot. And you know, and what it's known for is the hookahs, which you know, I don't smoke, so and whatever. That's the whole thing of it. You know, it has that Middle Eastern, the Mediterranean feel to the club, the theme, and you know what it's known for is the hookahs. You know, hence the name Off the Hookah. And you know, me, I like cognac, I like Hennessy. You know, I know stereotypical, but I like this shit. It tastes good. I don't drink that much, but you know, every once in a while, I like to have a drink here and there. You know, go to the club, whatever. You know, like those glass, not the plastic clear glass cups that you know they serve at clubs and stuff like that. I bought this much. Henny, $14. That's a fucking shot. $14 for that shit. You know, and then you have to be careful not to spill it. That's a fucking rip off. What kind of shit is that? Oh, but if it was somebody else that they knew, they'll give me fucking, you know, a discount price. Have decent price in your drinks, people. What the fuck, man? That shit kills me. You know, lounges. I like lounges a little bit better because you don't really have to do much. That shit, you just go there, chill, and drink. And when you go to clubs, you try to dance with girls and shit like that. They try to piss you off. Obviously, you know, you don't go behind them and try to dance with them. They're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Although I see some jerk-offs do that and get away with it just because the way they look. Granted, I'm not a pretty boy. I feel like I'm a good-looking guy. I feel like I'm that confident. But, you know, just because I'm not a pretty boy of some sort, you know, like, you try to do that, like, they'll push you off. Or you try to ask them to dance, it's like, no, I don't feel like dancing. But then yet, 5-10 minutes later, you see some jerk off, you know, dance with some asshole, you know, whatever. You know, that shit kills me. That shit pisses me off, you know what I mean? Clubs, I hate that shit, you know. I mean, it's cool to go every once in a while, but there's people that go there, like, every fucking week. It's like, chill the fuck out, you know, with that shit. Top of that, like, you know, what the fuck are you, alcoholic and shit? Come on. See how much time I got left. Another thing that pisses me off. I got a few minutes left. Another thing that pisses me off is fucking people that can't drive for shit. You know, people that, especially here in Florida, you know, people here, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people say, oh, because there's a lot of New Yorkers that come here. No, 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 no. Granted, there are people that that you know that do move here. That you know, there's people in New York that can't drive for shit either. But in New York, I lived in New York for a good amount of time, like pretty much most of my life. Well, not most of my life, but a good half of my life. I lived in New York. I mean, I haven't drove in New York, but I've driven in cars with people where you know people drive crazy in New York, but they're cautious. You know what I mean? And they signal. Even they do some crazy shit, they signal. Unlike over here, people don't signal. That shit pisses me off. I'm not a fucking psychic reader. What? Oh, well, you gotta read people's minds. No, I don't want to read your fucking mind. I want to drive safe. You understand? Another thing that ticks me off is people that drive with fucking cell phones. Oh my god, that shit. Like, you know, in New York, like, I know I'm not in New York or anything, but in certain states, I think it's only 6 states or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but there's a couple of states. I know New York being one of them, where they have cell phone laws. You cannot talk on a cell phone, or you'll get arrested, or not arrested, but you'll get a ticket. Rightfully so. Either you, they have a law where you have to wear the earpiece if you want to talk on a mobile device, or don't talk at all. You know, it's like, what's so fucking important for you to talk on the phone? And some people are like, oh, I don't like the earpiece. I don't. Well, you use the fucking iPod. Use an iPod, right? Most people use iPods or iPhones or MP3 players. You put the fucking in your thing. So what's the difference with the earpiece? That's it. You hear the phone ring? Beep. What's up? Yeah, it may look like you're crazy. You're talking to yourself, but you know what? You're fully aware of your surroundings. Cause not only that, you're not fucking focused on the phone so much. You can still talk, you know. You look around your surroundings, like I said before, and you look like a jerk off. And then nothing too is like, you know, people texting while they drive and shit like that. Like, that shit kills me. And it's like, yo, they say that text driving is far worse than driving drunk. And I agree with that because I've seen that happen. You know what I mean? And that shit. Man, fucking people, man. It's just people tick me off, man. Even when I go to Haitian restaurants, like I said, it's random. It's go all over the place. You know, that's the whole point. Random. I even go to Haitian restaurants, and yes, I'm Haitian too. So, and you go to Haitian restaurants. You know, they take for long to get to the fucking table. Like, you know, you go to a restaurant, there's nobody, Haitian restaurant, there's nobody there, and you know, and then by the time you get their food, you know, they get an attitude with you. You know, like, oh, can you get this? Like, if you don't understand what they're saying, they get mad at you. They get mad at you. I'm like, yo, I don't understand what you're saying. You know, like your accent's thick. You know what I mean? That shit kills me. You know what I mean? Oh man, that shit kills me with that shit. Another thing that pisses me off is that, you know, I go to certain Spanish restaurants or Spanish businesses or whatever. Let me just say restaurants. This shit happens to me all the fucking time. Is where I go to a Spanish restaurant and I do speak Spanish. Cause you know, my mom, she's from Costa Rica and my father's Haitian. God rest his soul. But I can't speak Creole for shit. I want to. I heard it's very difficult to learn, but I would like to learn. But anyways, you go to, like, in my experience, I go to a Spanish restaurant, and you know, I order something. I speak Spanish because obviously, you go to you go to Spanish restaurants. You know, that's where you can speak English, but you know, you speak Spanish for them to feel more comfortable, whatever. Fine, I speak Spanish, but then they respond to me in English. Like, what the fuck? I'm speaking to you in Spanish. That's like me going to a Chinese restaurant and That's like me going to a Chinese restaurant. I order my food, but you respond to me in Mandarin. Like, what the fuck? I'm speaking to you in English. Okay? If if you have a cup of water, you throw it in somebody, you're gonna get wet. Reaction to proactive to reactive. That's that sort of thing. I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I mean? Bad example, but I'm just whatever. But it just pisses me off. It's like I speak Spanish. Why you respond to me in English? That shit happens to me all the fucking time. And it's like if I speak Spanish, I'm either Cuban, Panamanian, or whatever. I'm like, yo, there's other people. There's black people in everywhere. There's black people in Mexico, Honduras. Even if you go to New York, especially like Brooklyn, like Brownsville, East New York, if you're black and Spanish, you're Honduran or you're Panamanian. Like why do I have to be from those places? Like why can't I be from Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or Colombia? There's black Colombians. There's black people everywhere. You know what I mean? But people are just so fucking ignorant. They don't educate themselves. You know what I mean? And then people get mad. Oh, why you talk about my people this way? Nah, I'm like, yo, you're being fucking ignorant. That's not to diss all Latinos. I'm Latino myself. I'm half Latino, half West Indian. You know what I mean? But it's just that shit that you guys need to reconsider. And there's a lot of people guilty of that. But you tell people that, oh no, this is the United States. Listen, I understand. I'm all about pride I'm all for people celebrating their country and stuff like that, country's pride and stuff like that. But come on, like there's a time and place for everything. I'm gonna cut this short. There's a lot more that I want to talk about, but hope you guys enjoyed this rant. Peace.